So this video is going to serve as an introduction to our next unit on Chapter 4. In this unit, we're going to be comparing two quantitative variables. So the first thing we're going to discuss is just kind of a reminder of what a statistical question is, and then talk through some examples of what type of statistical questions we'll be discussing in this set of notes. So first is a reminder of what a statistical question is. It is a question that expects variability in our responses, so we don't expect to get the same answer. We expect to get different answers from people as we ask them. And we're going to be using data to answer that question. Now, hopefully the title of the notes helps you realize what kinds of statistical questions we're going to discuss in this set of notes. So now, instead of just looking at one variable, we're going to actually be looking at two quantitative variables. So here, more specifically, we're going to investigate how one quantitative variable is influenced by another quantitative variable. So let's talk through a few different examples that would fall into this category. So first, one example would be, how does the number of classes missed influence a student's final course percentage? So our two quantitative variables in this example are number of classes missed and your final course percentage. We're going to see how the one influences the other. Another example would be, how does the number of customers at a restaurant impact the sales? So we're looking at number of customers and sales. So that's why that would be two quantitative variables. Another example would be looking at how class size influence the amount of instruction for an individual. And then, of course, I'm thinking more of individualized instruction time. So our two variables are there: how many students in your class, or your class size, and your individualized instruction time. A last example here would be looking at the number of minutes a student reads at home. How does that impact their STAR reading score? So STAR is just a standardized test in Kentucky. So we have number of minutes a student reads at home and their STAR reading score. So all of these are examples that we would be able to answer by the analysis we're going to talk about in this section. As a heads up of two different things. One, we're going to be using StatCrunch to do a lot of the actual math here for us, and we're going to focus on interpreting. But I also like to warn that you're going to feel a little bit like an algebra review coming your way. Because we're going to be talking about slope and intercept, X and Y, all those different types of things. So just as a warning that it's coming up, so be ready.